Terrible lighting here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go live for about 20 minutes before I get back to my book. Apologies for the lighting. I was just on the phone with mi guapa, my girlfriend, mi novia, and I had my one of my closest friends round. We had an amazing chat. I had him, hey, Jabalani. I had him read. I said, bro, do me a favor. This guy's one of the most intelligent guys I know, most academic guys I know, most honest guys I know. I said, do me a favor. Just pick 2 chapters of my book, whatever you want, and give me your honest feedback. Be vicious with me if you want. He said that was incredible. He read them both. He said, wow. So I need to publish that book. And one of the chapters he picked was one of my least favorites. So I was like, wow, that was big for me because he's the most honest guy I know. Like I said, one of the most highly intelligent guys. He's not afraid to upset me or go against my beliefs. He questions me, which is what I love. Mi guapa's in the chat. Kenya, beautiful in so many ways. Tomorrow she's coming to my apartment. I'm going to cook for her. I can't wait to have a bit of time with mi guapa. No numbers, no coding, all right? No obsessing over what's going on in the world. Just me and mi guapa chilling out, which we both deserve. Divine is in the building. You should be asleep, Divine. Should you not? What time is it in England now? How does it feel you were born to come teachers? Wow. I believe I was born to teach. I've been a teacher the majority of my adult life and a coach. I'm doing that now with the numbers, with Gematria, with guiding people spiritually in many ways. So, yeah, I do believe I'm a teacher at heart. When I was younger, I used to volunteer at schools to do after-school clubs for free. I just wanted to help because I knew I was athletic. So, yeah, something seems to be a bit more rewarding by helping adults in a strange way now. So I'm enjoying it. So what I'm going to show you here, just some sports codes. Again, I've told you now for about at least a week where I ain't doing this to be like, I'm the best in the world. Look at what I revealed again. I just want to reveal revelation, guys. I want to show you we live in a coded reality, and I feel like I do that as well as anybody because I'm here day in, day out. All right. And practically everything I say, you can check for yourself. It's not Illusion coming here with his opinions. It's Illusion coming here with pretty much facts that you can check for yourself if you're willing to look. Hey, Skizzle, baby. How you doing? So let me break down a few games today. So Boston Celtics going 3-2 was no shock. 32 is the biggest number with Boston. Big favorites. They're now 3-2. It's interesting if that goes to game 7, but we'll see. Could Celtics be the first team that come back from 3-0 down? Somebody has to be. I'll be shocked, but at this point, I think they're the favourites now. Boston are the favourites, which is crazy, because they were huge outsiders to win that series when they were 3-0 down. So I'm going to start with the NHL. Don't often do the NHL, but pretty much every time I do the NHL, I get it right. I don't know if it's because I don't particularly enjoy it, or if I don't know much about the history of it, but when I code the NHL, I seem to get it right. And I'll give you another example here. So Dallas come back and win. I'm not even going to talk about odds here and what they were in play because that's not the point, is it? I'm just going to tell you the code why Dallas won and why they came back. All about the Queen, guys, which I showed you earlier with Man United winning, was all about the Queen and why Bruno scored, why it had to be them beating Chelsea. I've done all of that. I'm not repeating myself. I'm riding Dallas Stars to make this series 3-1 in a Queen riddle. And if you keep asking, why does he keep raving on about the Queen? Because she connects to the revelation. It's biblical. The royal family all connects to revelation. Also, if Knights win, then there won't be another NHL game until 6/8/23, which is 2 weeks, which is extremely strange. That's what I said in that Heat Miami game. I was like, there's no way they're going to wait 9 days before the next basketball game. They're going to drag that series out. because that's what it's all about. Bread and circus, distracting the masses through professional sports. Were they really going to let us wait 9 days for the NBA Finals? We won't even remember it were going on, because that's how slow most of us are. All right? We need things now. So I was like, they're going to drag this out. And I was like, I don't think they're going to have the NHL conferences be finished exactly 14 days before the Stanley Cup begins. 2 weeks with no hockey games. So that alone, it's like, is it going to go 3-2? It makes sense, but I haven't looked into that yet. 31. So the series just went 3-1. 31's the 11th prime number, and the Queen's funeral was 11 days after she died at 11 a.m. And remember, she died on 8-9, and 89 is the 11th Fibonacci number. She's highly connected to number 11 as the Queen. 11's my favorite number. If Mikenya's in the chat, she knows that. She's connected to 111. Queen Elizabeth was born 111th day of the year. She became the Queen while she was in Kenya. My girlfriend's called Kenya, and yes, she's real. Kenya, if you're still watching, or mi guapa, there's many people in the live streams believe that I've made you up, that you don't exist, that your name's not Kenya, because the story is so perfect. I don't understand. So you're probably laughing hearing this, but they believe that you don't exist. Really? You wrote a book about the Queen and she became the Queen in Kenya, and then you find a girl called Kenya and she likes the number 111 to do with manifestation, and the Queen was born the 111th day of the year, became the Queen in Kenya and was the Queen of Kenya. You're lying. No, I'm not. I have a beautiful girlfriend called Kenya. All right, which is a blessing from God. Simple as that, in my opinion. So all those 11s, which my favorite number, I told you I was born on my dad's 31st birthday, the 11th prime. The series goes 3-1. I'm connected to that number. My first email address, AdamEdwards11 at Hotmail. My jersey number since I was a little kid. I always said I'm having number 11. As I got really, really good, all right, and I was the best player, I was like, I ain't playing unless I wear the number 11. I refused to play. Coach was like, you're spoiled. I was like, give me the number 11 jersey and I'll play. I used to do that. That's why coaches sometimes wanted to fight me. I'm not playing unless you give me 11. Really spoiled. I know that. I know it sounds really spoiled, but I just knew I loved that number. My dad lives at number 11. He lives at number 11. I won't tell you the street name unless there's a psychopath out there. So 11 connects to 5. 11's the 5th prime. And this game was a span of exactly 5 weeks after the Queen's recent birthday. All right? Of course it was. Dallas can stay on 8 losses and get their 9th win in this season's playoffs. The Queen died on 8-9, guys. The 11th fib. This game, of course, you know it if you watched it. What was the score during this game at one point? 1-1, 11. Dallas went down. Then it went 1-1. Then they went down 2-1. Then it's 2-2. And then they win it 3-2. And Queen Elizabeth, which I've shown you if you read my Queen Elizabeth book, she's connected to the number 32. Elizabeth II was Queen of the United Kingdom and other Commonwealth realms from February the 6th, 1952 until her death in 2022. She was Queen Regnant of 32 sovereign states during her lifetime. 32. So the game finished 3-2. It finished 3-2. I was like, of course it did. It was all about the Queen. She loves that number. Knights can drop to 11-4 in this season's playoffs, and the Queen died with 114 days left in the year. 11-4. Vegas can fall to 31-9-8 on the road, and the series can become 31, and the Queen died on a day at 9-8, September the 8th. Dallas just became 9-8 in this season's playoffs. This bit was huge. Again, please buy my Queen book, not for the money, just for your sake of your knowledge and your wisdom. In Gematria, Queen equals 62 and 26. All right? So in Gematria, where all letters have a numerical value, Queen equals 62 and 26. She was coronated in 1953 on 6/2, June the 2nd. And 1,953, don't ask me how I know this, but I know it, is the 60-second triangular number. Queen equals 26. She was born in 26. She became the queen on 2/6, February the 6th. She died 2 months and 6 days before King Charles's birthday. Obviously, her eldest son. So all those 62s and 26s with the Queen. Golden Knights can stay on 62 season wins and get 26 season loss. 62 plus 26 is 88. Dallas came into this game 8-8 for the season in the playoffs. Knights can stay on 3 wins in this series exactly 3 years after George Floyd died. If you watch my live with Chuck today, remarkable about Gemini twins and how deep it is and why George Floyd died in the Twin City, of Minneapolis. Queen Elizabeth died 911 days after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. England's World Cup campaign began 911 days after George Floyd died. The flag, St. George's flag. Prince William's youngest son is Prince George. The Georgia Guidestones came down on George Bush Jr.'s birthday. George Orwell wrote 1984, which has foreshadowed where the world is right now. George, guys, I was born when George Michael was #1 in the charts. His most famous song is Faith. I was named after Adam Faith. George Michael, who had the song Last Christmas. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. The guy who sung Last Christmas and then died on Christmas Day? Really? All right. I was born on my father's birthday, the Father and Son, the Holy Spirit. I was named after Adam Faith. Born when George Michael was #1 in England. But you gotta have faith, faith, faith. I gotta have faith, faith, faith. My life's been completely coded, and I'm connected to the code. It's why I'm able to reveal the code every day at this level. That's just one hockey game. Last year, I called the Stanley Cup. Bang on, 4-2. Colorado Avalanche would win it 4-2 against Tampa Bay Lightning. Lightning won back-to-back Stanley Cups. Lightning strikes twice, baby, not 3 times. They weren't winning that. Avs were winning it, and they did 4-2 like I claimed they would before the Stanley Cup began because of the code. Because of the code. Now, in baseball, sometimes I do detailed, heavy codes. Other times I look at something and go, I know who's winning that, or at least I'm very confident. Yankees, the most successful franchise in baseball. I just looked, I was like, let me look at their record. Wait, if they lose the next game, they go 30-22, 3-2-2. The year Yale turns 322 years old, which is the home of Skull and Bones, which are known as Order 322. Super Bowl 57 was played with 322 days left in the year. I was like, all right, Yankees, I don't care who they're playing, and I saw they were playing Baltimore. I was like, I don't care who they're winning, they're losing that game. What was the score? 3-1. Love you, Dad. Born on your 31st birthday. Called it. Just from one thing. No looking into the pictures or the coaches' records or head-to-heads. Nothing. 30-22. Done. And they won it. Whatever they were. I know they were the underdog. I don't know what they were, but they're definitely the underdog. Then, I've told my community this for over a year. I've never, personally for me, and I'm sure it's happened, personally for me, I have never seen a 444th prime ever miss, and that's me. So 3,119, 3119 is the 444th prime. And the Braves, the Atlanta Braves, just became 31-19 by beating the Phillies. All right? 31-19, 444th prime. I've told you all that Jesus equals 11. Nice, Joseph, brother. Guys, subscribe to Joseph's channel. I'm sure you already have. But please do it. It's the same as his name in the chat. The 1993 World Trade Center bombings occurred exactly 3,119 days before 9/11/2001. Okay? Where the whole building came down. 3,119 is the 444th prime. Jay-Z, okay, was married to Beyonce, born in New York. He released an album called 444. The length of that song in the album 444 is 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Jay-Z released an album called Blueprint on 9/11/2001. Blueprint means plan. All right? The day he released the album, the Twin Towers came down. I'll do a whole video for you to see all of this. 444 has yet to miss since me doing this for 3 years. Is it an angel number because it's triple digits? It could be. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Coronavirus declared a global pandemic, 3/11, the 64th prime. 6 times 4 is 24. We're seeing 24s galore. So it's absolute insanity. Some codes, like I said, are more detailed than others. But again, if I'm coding through the Holy Spirit, I don't need to spend an hour on a code. Sometimes it just hits me. It's like, there you go. Just you've got to take into consideration so many factors as well with all of this. There's the code, there's biblical scripture, there's the mainstream media narrative behind it all, there's colors, there's so much, guys. Astrology, if you want to get into all of that. Prime numbers, Fibonacci numbers, triangular numbers, pentagonal numbers, head-to-head records, all right, records in the month, on the day. There's so much to factor to be this consistent for me. It's got to be the Holy Spirit. Adam Edwards can't take credit for what I'm revealing. My best mate, Nathan, it was like, I get a lot of people that, are you AI? Are you a robot? Just, I don't know if they're joking with me because I'm definitely not a robot, but they seem to think I am. And he was like, Adam, Tina Turner's just died. You've already done a video. It's like, it was your video that showed me she was dead. How do you do that so quickly? Holy Spirit, just like Joseph. We see it and then we get guided and we put out the code for other people to see. For those with eyes to see, ears to hear, they'll understand it. Those who don't, they won't. They'll dismiss it, and that's fine. I understand that as well. I've come to terms with that, and I'm A-okay with that, baby. So I just wanted to break this down. I knew at this time of night, no one's going to be within the live stream. It's fine. People will watch it tomorrow. I ain't doing this for ego, as you know, at this point. But just crazy, guys. Dallas Stars win it. All completely coded, all connected to the Queen. Remember, the Queen died exactly 37 weeks ago. Man United qualified for the Champions League in the 37th game, which was Chelsea's 37th game. Elizabeth became the Queen the 37th day of the year. It's just, again, if man's doing it, why? Why would he revolve everything around the royal family and the Pope? What would the purpose of that be? It's biblical, guys. The papacy, I've told you, connects to Revelations. The beast of Revelation is the papacy. The royal family is mocking Jesus, the King of Kings, by having you worship false idols like kings and queens and watching all your movies with your princesses and princesses. All right? It's a scam. All right? Unfortunately, girls are like, I want to find my perfect prince. There is no perfect prince. No offense. Like, Kenya's incredible. I ain't this perfect prince. I'm a great guy who cares about, I'll pretty much do anything for, but I ain't perfect. I ain't a prince. I ain't going to bow down to a princess. But that's what they've taught us in Disney movies, which, again, I won't get too deep into it because I know my guapa still likes Disney movies. But just the programming, guys, having us worship people we don't know, that's the big thing I've gone on about for a long time, is why are we worshiping people we've never met, never had a drink with, never sat down with, people who've never done anything for us in our life? Why are we worshiping them? Respect the talent, okay. But the whole screaming, wow, sign my shirt. I love you. Come on, that is idol worship. The Bible warns us about that. And even if you don't understand the Bible, why are we worshiping people we don't know? It's like when people tell me you're a God illusion, you're the great. No, I'm not. Don't ever call me that. You could have called me that 2 years ago. I would have gone, yeah, you're damn right I am, baby. Don't call me that. Just don't. It's nonsense. Everything is God, guys. Everything. Sorry, but I believe that to be true. Chris Holden's in the house. Chris, what are you doing, mate? What time is it in England? Let me have a look myself. I should have it. 5:16. Are you working early? Do you just not sleep? 2 in the day down here. I'm cheering. Finally alive. Colin, much love to you. Where do you live, Colin? I'm guessing living in Australia. You're going to put another strip on the Barbie. Probably being a bit loud, to be honest. My neighbours won't like that. Are you in Australia? Yeah, 5:16 in England. Right now, for me, it is 9:17. After this, I'll go work on my book because I'm really motivated to get that out. Pour myself a glass of water. You know I'm from down under. You know what, mate? I've never been to Australia. Since I was younger, I wanted to go. I always wanted to go to LA, which I obviously lived there for 6 years. I always wanted to go to Australia because I used to watch Neighbours. Everybody needs good neighbours. Tell me, was that show popular in Australia or just in the UK? Because Neighbours and Home and Away were immensely popular growing up in England. Was that show popular? It brought out Kylie Minogue, Russell Crowe, Holly Valance. All right, there was loads of them that came through. The girl who's what's that beautiful actress called with blonde hair, who starred in movies with DiCaprio. What's her name? What's her name with the blonde hair? And she was in the Joker, one of the Joker movies, and she dyed all her hair different colors. What's her name? Blondie. She was in Neighbours. Can't believe I forgot her name. It's not letting me to forget things. You don't eat prawns, laugh out loud, or shrimp. Well, better have a burger on the Barbie. What's her name, guys? Help me out here. You're killing me. Margaret Robbie or something. She came through Neighbours. So just do me a favor, Colin. Hey, much love to you, 30 King, baby. Yeah, Margot Robbie. What is Neighbours popular in Australia, or was it? And if so, why was it not in Australia, but it was immensely popular in England? So do me that favor, Colin. I'm curious. Yeah. Closer each day, Home and Away. You used to watch Home and Away, then Neighbours, back in the day, baby. So, well, is it popular there? Sorry for repeating myself. I'm intrigued. I've always wanted to know that. Both high programming and everybody loves it. Okay, cheers. Yeah, all soap operas are programming. To be honest with you, they're an absolute joke. Even my mum's figuring that out now. Watching Coronation Street. Coronation, Corona, the first 6 letters. Yeah, she watches that. She's like, oh, it's not the same as it once was. She's like, everyone in it, I can't say it because of YouTube. But basically, nearly everyone in the show is not straight anymore. So it's about 75% are not straight. It's like, and that shit has happened in the last 18 months. So I was like, it doesn't shock me in the slightest because it's all programming to accept everything. Yeah, Neighbours is probably finished. It had a good innings, didn't it? It must have done at least 20 years, Neighbours. Why am I? See, this is what my live streams are about. I show you we live in a coded reality through sports with these bang-on codes again. And now I'm talking about Neighbours and doing an Australian accent. Just that's what you're going to get from me, baby. I fell asleep early and it's hard to sleep as I'm a little bit of a pain. Yeah, it's tough. When you wake up early, it's very hard to go back to bed, especially if you get up at like 5 a.m. It's like, well, I may as well stay awake now. And when you do go back to bed at that time, you often sleep in. So for me, if I wake up at 5, that's it. I'm done. I'm up. So this is going to be a short live stream, guys. Like I said, I won't even show anyone to be here. Right before the live stream, my internet got cut off and my electricity just went and came back on. Not being dramatic or anything, but it did. I was like, what? I've missed these lives, haven't been able to catch the last couple. Much love, Ricardo. I've done some good ones. The one with Chuck today was really good. I did the one about Man United. Ten Hag was hired on the Queen's birthday. Potter was hired the Queen's death. Man United qualify for the Champions League by beating Chelsea. Obviously, a birthday's a celebration, a death's a mourning. It was just a Queen died 8-9, last goal of the game after 89 minutes. That was just good. Straight to the point. Watch my Tina Turner video. People seem to have loved that for whatever reason. Watch that Tina Turner one. I put out a lot of content, man. I probably should reduce it, to be honest, to make you appreciate it more, instead of putting it out daily, because you can't keep up. It's hard to keep up. If you're working a 9 to 5 life and you have kids, don't judge it. You come home and you chill out, you have your dinner, you go to... Where are you going to find time to listen to this English guy rave on about numbers for 2 hours? It's very hard. Very hard to find time. And I get that and I respect that to an extent. Maybe I don't respect it, I understand it. I wish I had someone to talk down under what's happening. Most are lost at sea, so I come on here to find some sanity. Cheers, Colin. I hope that this helps you with your sanity. But remember, seeing the code is a gift. It's a gift, guys, and it's special. And if everybody saw it and understood it, it would no longer be special. All right, so embrace the fact that you are one of the few people that can comprehend the code and see through the illusion of society, because there's not many. And I don't judge those people who can't see it, because, again, in my book where I write about the education system, the Rockefellers funded it and created the public education system because he wanted to create workers and not thinkers. He said it. He's quoted as saying that. So we are all about following orders and doing as we're told to just get by. That's how the system was set up. Your grandparents went through it. So obviously it came through 1902. Your parents, you did, your kids will. So when you get someone like the Illusion, who's an immensely critical thinker, who questions everything, who goes against the mainstream narrative which has been installed in all of us, then I'm the nuts. I'm crazy. And it makes sense now why I get called crazy. It doesn't offend me. Of course I am. But why would I want to be sane in an insane world? Can I get a woo, baby? Why would I want to be sane in an insane world which is backwards? Why would I want to play along with it? Why would I want to promote it? Nah. I'd rather go against the grain. Again, Jesus did, didn't he? He wasn't liked by many people. He wasn't liked by many people. Hey, Adam, can I ask you a question about the website? If I join today, would my subscription at the end of the month end on the 25th of next month? Yes. Yeah, you're not going to get it for like 6 days and that's it. If you sign up on the 25th of May, it runs to the 25th of June. Then you make your decision. I would say this to you, don't sign up, then cancel automatic payments, because it takes you out the website. It's definitely an issue that I have with that. Do a month. If you don't like it, you can cancel like that. And what I provide, mate, you're not going to leave. You wouldn't leave if you joined it. And you're part of a community. I put crazy codes. You only get a snippet of what I do through YouTube. You don't know all the stuff that I put out there. And what other people share, just as importantly. When I'm going live, it's just me, innit? Unless I'm speaking to Chuck or whoever it is. It's just me talking. My website, there's so many different perspectives. Not really any judgment. No one hammering each other, open-minded. And then I'm just a teacher, man. I'm just a teacher, and I've got amazing students. And it makes your life a lot easier as a teacher when your students are great, not a pain in the ass. Because instead of teaching, you're trying to say, hey, stop, listen. When you have a group of people, and yes, I can call adult students, people get offended by that. You can't do that. How dare you call me a student? I'm a grown man. Get over yourself. We're all students. The universe is a classroom. We're all. I'm a student. I learn from my students, even if you want to call them that. But again, that whole thing, people say, how dare you call me a student? Well, it is. You're learning from me. So, anyways, yeah, you should check it out, Alan. You'll love it. If you're open-minded and you're not obsessed with just gambling, you ain't gonna leave. It wouldn't make sense unless you're completely broke. You ain't leaving. We want to learn. That's the difference. We're all students. Exactly, Chris, brother. There's no genius in all of this. I'm not. People come to me and ask me every question on the sun like I'm supposed to have all the answers. I don't expect to get every sports pick right. I don't expect to get every prediction right. I ain't perfect. I was never put into this world to be perfect either. I was put in this world to be tested, to learn, to overcome adversity, to spread love. I do all of those things. Does my ego get the better of me? Occasionally, yeah. But ego's not all bad either. It ain't all bad like people tell you. It ain't all bad, your ego. You need to have one. It's important. Had to keep up. Yeah, I usually listen to videos as if they are podcasts while at work. Had to pay for YouTube Premium so I can listen in the background. Worth it for your content. Cheers, Ricardo. Again, the greatest investment, the greatest thing you can invest in is knowledge. The greatest thing you can invest in is knowledge. Okay? Because it stays with you. Think about as soon as you buy a car, the value goes down. As soon as you purchase it, the value has gone down. Houses, prices fluctuate. Sometimes you buy in and you get a great deal and you make a profit. Other times you have a nightmare. Buy in, market crashes. What am I going to do? Knowledge, unless you get Alzheimer's and you completely lose your mind, knowledge stays with you forever. Wisdom. All right? And that's the beauty of it. And that's why I strive for knowledge and wisdom. Money comes after that. It's knowledge, wisdom, love, money. Money's a part of it. Money's essential in this system. I write about it in my book. Is money essential in the world? No. Is it essential in the system? Yeah. When all's said and done, if there were no food, if there were no water, could you eat your money? No. No, but it's a social construct, which is a form of exchange, which we've accepted to be the norm. And that's the reality of money. So when I do what I do, is there an element of money floating around in the back of my head? Yeah. Is it the ultimate reason why I do what I do? No. Do I want to be able to take my beautiful girlfriend out for dinner and not worry about it? And if she wants a dessert, yeah, get whatever you want. Yeah, I like that. Am I greedy with it? Give us 3 bottles of wine, champagne, 4 desserts. All right? No. So the people are, oh, money, like this guy's obsessed with money, or you don't have to care about money. Money has no say. No, there's balance with it all. Money's not evil. What people are willing to do for money is evil. The world is beautiful. The system is sick. The world's not sick. The world is beautiful. I don't know how many times I have to tell you that. It's the system that's deeply sick. And when everyone starts seeing that, that's when we see true change. If somehow a light bulb went off and everyone saw how sadistic and sick the system is and who it truly benefits, then wow, that would be incredible. What a revolution that would be. But the likelihood of it is this, just from going off who I speak to and their outlook on life. You've got to be realistic as well. Like, people believe when you're a realist, you're a pessimist. There's got to be a balance between being optimistic and confident and assured and not delusional. You've sometimes got to be real. You've got to be real. I'd rather be a realist than delusional. Such a balance with it all. I'd rather have money and be comfortable than be broke. But weirdly, I'd rather be comfortable than be a billionaire. Probably don't make sense to you, but it's true to me. Because if I was a billionaire, what's the point? I would lose so much of who I was. I believe. I think you all would. If you were a billionaire, if tomorrow you became a billionaire, but you completely changed. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'd still go work in my factory job. I'd still think about, should I get that extra sausage in my sausage sandwich because it's 50p more? Should I? No, you just get greedy, I think. I think it's human nature. If you're a billionaire, I think you'd lose who you truly are. I could be wrong, but that's how I see it. But would I want to be poor to prove a point? I'm poor and I don't own anything, so I'm better than you. That's silly as well. So don't obsess over riches, but don't feel guilty for having them either. Anyways, I agree, Gary Brown. Adam, just wondering who's looking like the favourite to win the AFL Premiership. It's looking like Carlton from my coding. I can't tell you. I could do it tomorrow and tell you. I can't know. I don't do AFL. And I know I could. Alan was one of my first Patreon subscribers. Much love, mate. They took my Patreon off me and deleted it. It stole $3,000 off me. Never got it back. But I have a website now. Thanks to Gabriel and all the work that he put in and all the work I put in. And to everyone who supports it. Otherwise, the website wouldn't have any significance to it if nobody was on it. So, yeah. Been following you since 250 subs. Wow. That feels like a long time ago. I can't break 10.5 thousand. It's an absolute joke. I can't break it. Gary, can you do me a favor? Because I know recently the WHO declared, like, basically the pandemic's over, but there's going to be a deadlier virus going forward, which is going to be that SPARS, which is 2025. Can you tell me when they said that? So obviously, if you're talking about the date of coronavirus was declared that global pandemic on 3/11/2020, correct? We all know that, WHO codes. When did they officially say this is no longer a pandemic? It wasn't that long ago, was it? So if it is that amount of time, I'll have to do a video. I'm not doing it now because my eyes are closing. I've got to work on my book. Can you tell me what you're talking about in regards to the 1260 days? Watch my video about the papacy as well. That has to be my best video. So where's this 1260 days, mate? Where'd you get that from? What's the 5th of May? What's the significance to that? With coronavirus was declared a global pandemic March the 11th. So May the 6th, you're saying what, it was the end because it was the coronation of King Charles? Coronation, corona, crown. Corona means crown. Is that what you're saying? Give me the dates. Because what you're giving me, I'm not quite sure where you're getting that from. Just give me the dates and I'll type it in. Charles was coronated on 6th of May and who declared it over? Yeah, so from what date are you starting? March the 11th, 2020 is when it was declared a pandemic. Or are you going from when the first case was announced? What dates are you typing in to get the 1260? I want to look. I'm not having a go at you, Gary. I'm just animated. Because if you can show me a 1260 for the first case, all right, do you have the date for that so I can confirm it? I don't actually know that. Let me look. First case of coronavirus. Date. I bet they make it hard for me to find this. They won't want me to find this. Suspected. Was it the 13th of January? No way. First case, November 17th, 11/17, that's 187th prime, which is a huge number, 187. Humongous number. Let's check what it's saying. It seems And I'll need to find that. So what's he saying? 11/17, 2019. All right. Mate, I'm saying 1,266 days. So I always have to check when people give me a statistic, or I always have to confirm it. November the 17th, 2019 to 5/6. November 17th, 2000. No, mate, it's 1,266 days. You're out by 6 days. You're out by 6 days, and that doesn't mean anything. A lot of people do that. Thank you, though. People say it's 56 weeks since their last win. It's like, no, it's 56 weeks and 4 days. It's not. You have to be bang on. The way I do it, you've got to be bang on. Bang on. I think that's one of the things that separates me from a lot of other people with coding. They don't do it bang on. Like I said, it's 56 weeks from his last win. No, it's not. That's not. It has to be 56 weeks exact. But thank you, mate. Check it for yourself. 1,266 days, bro. I don't think Charles is the Antichrist. Gary, watch my papacy video. Rome, all right? The papacy, the Vatican, ran Western Europe. Watch the video, and it's a fact, for 1,260 years before the Pope got arrested by a French general. And that was pretty much the end of the papacy for a short time. All right? They no longer had control over the West. It was 1,260 years, brother. The beast reigns for 1,260 days biblically, which is 42 months, which is not the same as what it is on earth, because one day here is 1 year in the Bible. So the Antichrist, you're saying it's Charles, it ain't. He's a part of the end times. I've shown that. I've done my video about him. It was the Prince of Wales. Wales is the dragon. All right, I've done everything with 9/11, Revelation 9/11. Talks about basically the king of the bottomless pit. His name's Abaddon. It connects to Greece. Charles's father was Philip, born in Greece. The 3 variants of coronavirus, Alpha, Delta, Omicron, Greek letters of the alphabet. So I've covered all of Charles. Yeah, he has a big say in it. But the beast of Revelation, mate, Charles ain't going to die and come back to life. It was the papacy. And it has. Rome and the papacy dominated the world pretty much. Then it disappeared because of what happened, where the Pope got arrested. People stopped respecting it and paying attention to it, and they lost all the power. And then it rose again. It came back from the dead, and now the papacy again, Catholicism, the Vatican, is again back to pretty much dominating. It's got 2 billion followers. World leaders visit the Vatican all the time. People of great power and wealth are always interacting with Pope Francis. King Charles is the guy you will see visiting the Pope, not the Pope going to him. You don't see the Pope going out of his way to go visit Charles. It'll be them. These world leaders come to him. All right? Talks about the dragon and the beast. The dragon is Francis, it's the Pope, and the beast is the papacy. It ain't Charles, brother. It ain't Obama or Trump. They have a big say in it. They are working for the devil. Their numbers are heavily connected to Revelation in so many ways. I've done videos on all those people. The papacy, deceiving the whole world with Catholicism, which is Satanism. I've shown you it. Look the way the Vatican's designed, like a serpent, which is the devil. Look at it. They worship Mary. Nowhere in the Bible does it say worship Mary. They worship false gods, guys. And there's only one true God. So anyways, yeah, I know Corona 66, Charles 66. I know, but I know I can out-talk you with King Charles, brother, with all of his numbers and when he got coronated and when he was born, all right, and how many kids he has and when they were born and the death of Diana. I can talk all day about Charles if you want. He ain't the Antichrist, bro. The Antichrist for me is the papacy. There's no 1260 with Charles. He has a role. He has a role with it all. All right. If Prince Charles dies and comes back to life, all right, then we can talk. Yeah, I don't use too much Gematria, bro. I know Jesus, Jesus Christ, Lucifer, Messiah, occult, parables. I know all those things are 74. I knew the US was founded on 7-4. The same year the Illuminati were founded. He's got big, big numbers. I've done a video on it, mate. You should watch it, and you can leave your comments there. And they're good. I don't think the Antichrist is one person. I don't think it's one person, to be honest with you. It's almost like the system. Are you going to worship the Antichrist, the system? Or are you going to put your faith in God? That's how I see it. Right. I'm off. It's funny as saying Charles is the AC, and I've got the AC on in the background, the air conditioner. I have a feeling that ain't good for me or any of us. I have a feeling that AC is not good for us. If I sleep with the AC on, I always feel sick in the morning. AC. Yeah, it makes us feel good, but I have a feeling it's doing something to us. The air conditioner. I'm turning it off. The AC, your Antichrist. Cheers, Ricardo. Cheers, Espen. Gary Brown, I respect you. Yeah, I've seen Tim Collins' interpretation. Watch mine. Watch mine about Charles. Watch Joseph's about Obama. Just watch. It's all about gathering knowledge and not forcing your ego upon people and just connecting the dots. None of us know. All I've ever said is none of us truly know. I'm adamant it's the papacy. I don't know. I've got a really strong argument, but I don't know. I don't know. I just believe none of us know. But it's good to have arguments and debates. Oh, I love what you found there. That's really interesting because that backs up what I was saying. Okay, there's definitely a correlation there. Let's figure out what it is. Just be a detective of the universe, man. Don't be that student who wants to get 10 out of 10 in every exam. Because when you don't, you're only going to be disappointed, aren't you? And when you get it, it's just expected. So where's the joy in it? Wow, this is getting profound, Illusion, baby. All right, Dimez, I'm about to leave. Sorry, my brother. I'm off to go back to my book. Take care, guys. Lots of love, all right? Alan, definitely check out the website, mate. Just give it a month. If you don't like it, just leave. It's well worth investing $10 with the amount of knowledge that I'm providing every day. Every day, mate. 6, 7, 8 posts a day. It's too much. I need to reduce it for my own health. It's too much. People mock me like, geez, another post? Geez. I'm just getting done with your first post. I've got another 9 to get through. I'm like, yeah, sorry. I sometimes get addicted to sharing knowledge, man. And it can be too much. Yeah, I think the papacy is a false prophet. Absolutely. Please watch my video. Let me find it for you right before I go. Let me find this. For me, again, we all have personal preferences. This, for me, is my best video. Don't mean it is. It don't mean it is. So let me find it. I've done so many videos, guys. Where is it? The papacy. I didn't do it as a live, did I? Let me find this. I would love you all to watch this. I can't believe how many videos I've done. Was it under alive? Yeah, found it. There we go. Do me a favor, if you haven't watched this, I don't care about you hitting the like or whatever. Just please watch that video. It's the length of watching a movie. Put it on your big screen, pour yourself a nice drink, watch that and go, what? Jeez. I think he's right. Or he's got some good points, not for me. But watch it. Watch the 1260. Look how 1,260 days is 42 months. And Vatican City was founded the 42nd day of the year. And the Basilica was struck twice by lightning exactly 84 years after on the 42nd day of the year. And see the 1260. I've told you the first time the Catholic Church, the papacy, dominated Western Europe for 1,260 years and it ended. And then they disappeared pretty much. And then boom, they're dominant again. The rise. That's what he talks about. The dragon will give power to the beast and it will rise and recover from a deadly wound. They called it back in the day, the deadly wound was the Pope getting arrested. They literally called it the deadly wound. Will the papacy recover from this deadly wound? They did. They did. It's hard. Gary, do me a favor and watch it and leave a comment. Andy joined the website yesterday. What a sight. Cheers, brother. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate you, mate. Hope you enjoy it. And just learn. We ain't perfect on the site, but we try to be. We know we're not going to be there. Yeah, papacy claims authority in every country visited. Yeah. Vatican City is actually a nation. And billions of people give their energy to Vatican City. Guys, all roads lead to Rome. We've been taught that. Anyways, I'm off. I can't keep talking. Cheers, guys. God bless you all. God wins, and that's all you need to know. Take care, look after yourself, and let me go work on that book because I know a lot of you want to read it. Take care. Woo, baby, woo.